So the NFL season has finally kicked off. The Eagles play this Sunday, but we were able to watch the Bills versus the Rams. And honestly, watching that game made me feel very confident about the Philadelphia Eagles season. So let's talk about why.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So today I want to talk about a little bit about the Bills and the Rams game, and then I want to kind of segue it into how this kind of helps the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that there's a lot of bright spots to look at from that game. Now let's get right into it. Before we do, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 4K. We would love for you guys to join that ride. Shout out to Woodward Sports. I was on their channel yesterday talking that junk with my guy Speak Easy on the Woodward heavyweights. It was a lot of fun, so definitely go check that out. The link is in my community post. It was a lot of fun. If you didn't get to hear Castro, I never curse on here, so you got to hear me curse over there. If that's something you want to see, definitely go over there. But let's get right into it, man. So obviously, you know, the Bills and the LA Rams played last night. Well, we can say that the Bills at least played, right? They went out there, demolished them 31-10. It was a fun game, at least for the first half. The first half looked like a lot of fun. It was a close game. Bills were making a lot of mistakes. The LA Rams weren't really capitalizing on those mistakes. The Bills looked like they just played back. They just, didn't let Cooper Kupp go far. Cooper Kupp had like 14 catches, obviously over 100 yards. He went crazy, but they didn't let him get the big play. They didn't let them turn the field quickly. They made them methodically go down the field, and it looked like Matt Stafford and company had a little bit of issue with that, had a little bit of trouble once you took away that big play. So it was a beautiful game. I'm glad that football's back. Obviously, I would have loved a closer game, but you can't, beggars can't be choosers. But the Rams, obviously being on the NFC East, or on the NFC side, excuse me, we are going to have to see them most likely, right? Maybe not, obviously not during the season, but we're going to probably have to see them in the playoffs. We are a team that expects to win a playoff game. We expect to make the playoffs, and the Rams, obviously being the former Super Bowl champions, are a bar that we have to meet, right? That's a team that we're most likely going to meet in the playoffs. We're going to most likely have to beat them. Watching them play just last night, it makes me feel confident that if we are to meet them in the playoffs, if it is going to be the Eagles versus the Rams to get into the Super Bowl or the divisional championship, they are beatable. They are definitely beatable. There's not a lot of teams in the NFC that really scare me. Obviously, a lot of talent migrated over to the AFC side, so there's not a lot of talent on the NFC side that I'm sitting here saying there's no way that we win this game. But at the same time, there's a team like the Rams, right, that you want to be able to say that there's a solid game plan, solid proof. Somebody has shown us, the pathway in order to beat them. And I think the Bills did that. So it begs the question, shout out to Nina, I think she put this on her Twitter, but who are we afraid of? Who are we supposed to be afraid of in the NFC especially? I mean, we could talk about the Bills, and if we have to meet them, in the Super Bowl, it might be a little tough of a task, but let's talk about the NFC. Who am I supposed to truthfully fear? Who am I supposed to sit there and shake in my boots from? There's nobody. There's nobody on the NFC side now with the Rams looking very, very pedestrian, I think is a fair way to say it. And it's the first week. So things may change. Next week, they may go out there and look like a juggernaut again. They do have some amazing players, and the Bills are a great team. So it's not like they went out there and lost to the Houston Texans and all hope is lost. It's one loss, but at the same time, we saw this team lose, and that's what you need to see as the Philadelphia Eagles. You need to know I can beat that team. We watched that game yesterday. There was a lot of things that we can do as the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm talking about taking our time, getting down the field like Josh Allen was. Josh Allen obviously had a couple big throws, but for the most part, it was getting the ball out of his hand quick, getting the ball to his playmakers, getting Josh Allen quick reads, getting him out of the pocket. That's what we can do with Jalen Hurts. I'm not sitting here saying Jalen Hurts is Josh Allen because I know a lot of people love to say that, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we can do very similar things to what they did with Josh Allen with our Jalen Hurts. Now, another thing that may be a positive, may be a negative, may not even matter to a lot of people. Cam Akers, look, fantasy-wise, I have him on one of my fantasy football teams. Cam Akers, 0 points. 0 points. I don't even know. I know that he played a couple of downs and he barely got back to the line of scrimmage. It was a tough day for Cam Akers, but it might be a blessing for the Philadelphia Eagles. Cam Akers is not a slouch. Cam Akers is not trash. And the Eagles are looking for a running back. Could Cam Akers be a guy that the Philadelphia Eagles are looking at? I believe his cap hit is under $2 million this year, so it's not something that's going to be expensive. And I doubt that it's going to take a lot of draft assets. We saw him barely used yesterday. So maybe that's something that the Rams are thinking, hey, we got a guy if you need a guy, you know? So that'll be interesting to see if Howie takes a swing there. Again, I don't necessarily think he will, but it's an option. It's definitely there, right? He's a starting running back last year that now does not seem to have a place in his offense. And the Eagles could figure something out. So, I don't know. I think that it was an interesting game. I think that it was an interesting Thursday night football. I was hoping, again, for a better game, easier, tougher fought game. I'll say that. I was definitely looking for that, but I'm not mad at it. Football's back, baby. And the Eagles have nobody to fear. That's the main thing of this whole video. The Eagles have literally nobody to fear. So I'm not scared. I hope you're not scared. Let me know in the comments. Are you scared? Because I'm not scared. The Eagles are about to take over, man. But y'all let me know what y'all thinking. Other than that, y'all know what it is, man. It is Fly Eagles Fly. And we are out shit. Peace!
Eagles fans everywhere. This is for you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird game nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm